give it up for Diego. All right. Y'all ready for the next comedian?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I don't think y'all ready. Y'all ready for the next comedian?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, coming to you from the mean streets of Green Bay, we got Kaleb Robertson.
I love you too. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm happy to hear it, So to kick this off, I'm gonna start by saying I think I chose the wrong profession. I found out that I was okay at comedy, so I was like, I like making people laugh, I'm okay at it, you know, might as well become a professional stand-up comedian, so that's my dream. Only issue is I've always wanted to crowd surf. And I'm gonna be honest, jumping off the stage right now doesn't seem like anybody's catching me. Also, even if you did, there's tables in the way, it's a lot. There's a couple things wrong with the profession I chose. Speaking of professions, I was jobless for a while. It's not that, you know, I got fired, because like a real big dog, I've never been fired from a job. I've only ever quit prematurely. I've almost been fired a lot, but I'll never let them get me. I quit after the first warning, is what I do. Right as soon as they say, hey, sir, we just noticed you're getting behind on quota. You're making inappropriate comments to your boss. I just go, I'm putting in my 2 weeks. Fun facts, I've been almost fired for a list of reasons. One reason I don't blame myself for. One time I almost got fired because I laughed at someone's last name. Do we have any Native Americans in the crowd tonight? I love my Native people, all my aunties and uncles, but we were talking about nicknames, and someone said, oh, my name is Thunderbird. I cracked up. I thought that was the nickname. I didn't notice because I wasn't paying attention. But we had switched from nicknames to last names. And that's an awkward conversation to have with your boss. It's also an awkward apology to make. Like, I'm sorry I laughed at your family heritage. I apologize for laughing at your father's name. I didn't really know how to go about it. So needless to say, I gave a half-assed apology. But yeah, being jobless wasn't my favorite thing in the world. I don't like being jobless for a number of reasons. You know, I'm bored at home all day. You know, now I gotta search for jobs again. I'm an alcoholic. It's a pretty big one. You can't really drink when you're broke. I don't know how homeless people do it. Unimportant. What is important? I got no clue, dog. Like, I've seen a bunch of drunk homeless people, and I don't know, where are you getting that alcohol from? I don't really. Also, I don't want to go to drinking beer, and I know that's the cheapest option. I didn't like being jobless because I couldn't pay for myself when I went out and did stuff. And so I moved back home shortly before I became jobless to help my mom out with like bills and everything, and just make sure she was like good, because I was like, now my next step is to move out of the state, move out of the country. I just want to make sure my mom has all her affairs in order. I don't think she's gonna die soon. I just don't want her to call me too much. It is what it is. I know for a fact everybody in here has had a call from their parents and they've been like, you haven't been by the house in forever. I'm not trying to get that call while I'm in like New York, dog. I'm not, you haven't been by the house in forever. I need help with this. And I'm like, how'd you get my new number? You know what I mean? I'm no longer on your phone plan, ma'am. Please leave me alone. But yeah, so I moved back home with all the right intentions, and shortly after that, I lose my job. So I lost the only thing I brought to that mother-son relationship, which was money. Because Lord knows I just stress her out for the most of the time. I sit at home and I stress her out. Then I go, here's $100, I'm out of here. That was my whole thing. And the first few days, it was cool. I just kind of like stayed out of eyesight. But again, I had no money. So I eventually started staying at home a lot more. So then I decided the next best thing to do in that scenario, what any smart individual would do, I became the perfect housewife. I became a kept woman. I would make sure that everything was done. I started cleaning rooms I'd never cleaned before, like the living room and the kitchen. And I used to like have her schedule memorized so I could know when I could do some fuck shit, go around, sneak a girl in the house, get her out before she gets home. And now I just knew her work schedule so I could know when dinner needs to be done by. And she comes home late, that's cool. I know how to put stuff in the microwave and warm it up for her. Yeah. Got tired of walking around my friends and being like, it's my fault, I didn't wash the dishes. But yeah, so I became the perfect housewife. It was great. And then I started looking for jobs. At first, I started off really optimistic because I had been bartending for God knows how long. I'm like, I want a 9 to 5 so it doesn't affect my comedy schedule at all. I don't want to work nights because nights are when I want to do comedy. You know what I mean? I'm sure all the comedians in here agree. But after week 3, I was like, would anybody hire me? So needless to say, I work at a strip club now.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm not stripping, dog. Yep. Boo to you too, my guy. I work at a strip club, but I'm not security or a bartender. I'm the bathroom attendant. So needless to say, while everybody else is looking at titties, I'm staring at dicks. I've seen a lot of dicks to work at a strip club, and it's not my favorite thing. I kind of hate it, I'm gonna be honest with you. Who knew that grown men like to talk so much with their dick in their hand? I didn't. Normally with my dick in my hand, unless we're having sex, I'm not really chatting, dog. Aside from how do you do? Let me scoot past you. But it's weird, man. It's a weird job to have. I gotta say though, I'm pretty good at it. I'm good at selling cigarettes to drunk people in the bathroom. I'm selling Zens. All the cool stuff, all the cool manly stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of good at it. I've just been working in customer service for forever. It's one of those things you gotta get used to. Just talking to people in situations you don't want to be in. Like I said, I've been a bartender for a while. I was a bartender for a while. I just don't have that bar between us anymore, so they get really close and don't wash their hands. I mean, let's be honest, we all knew guys didn't wash their hands often, but now I see it, and it gets a lot grosser when you see it. And you're just like, let me get that door for you, sir. I don't want you touching shit that I touch. Also, not washing your hands in a strip club is devious work. All right, that's not even a part of the joke. It's just gross. Because the off chance she does let you touch her, you're touching her with pee hands? Come on, guys. We gotta do better as a society. But I've been working in customer service for forever, so I've always got some fun stories. And my favorite is when I hear female coworkers complain about creepy dudes at the bar. They're like, oh my God, he was so creepy. He was hitting on me while his wife was there and she walked him out of the bar. And I'm like, I got groped while her husband was there. And he looked at me with depressed and dead eyes, is what happened to me. Yeah, fun facts. Women get a lot more aggressive when they're drunk than men do. Because socially, it's unacceptable to grope people on a general term, but it's hyper unacceptable if you're a dude. But women just say, I'm cutesy. And then they assume it's okay. Or my favorite line is, nah, you a dude, you probably like it. I don't know if you ever had your dick tugged on while you're working, but you don't like it. My favorite story, so I used to bartend at night, but my day job at the time was a jeweler. So I would come to work in fancy clothes, I'm buttoned up, I'm wearing these nice pants, I've got my cool shoes on. Not tonight, I'm wearing Timbs, baby. But I'm all dressed up, so of course when you go to your nighttime job, I gotta get a little bit sexy, so I unbutton a few buttons and I flirt a little bit more. And so a woman goes, can I put a tip in your shirt? And like a slut, I say, yeah. So I lean halfway over the bar, I'm a taller guy, so it's nothing much for me. And she puts the tip right by my collar. And I didn't hear her say it, but she must have said this in her head at least. She goes, now's my time. And then reaches all the fuck the way down and tries to grab my dick. So needless to say, I dropped it low like a 2000 song, and I go. She must have thought I was gay because she backed up after that. Megan knees are real, dog. I almost didn't get back up, so I had to go home and stretch and practice. Awkward moment when your roommate walks in on you going like this, dog. Women, they just, I don't want to say they go unchecked, but they definitely do have a lot of audacity. This is not a bash on women. I love women. I have sex with them, but when they allow me to. But, you know, it's just one of those things where women just, like, walk around and they just have audacity. They'll just do or say whatever the fuck they want, and they don't really feel any shame about it. Another great story, I was working as a server, and I had my straws right here, and the lady goes, I don't know why your straws are right there, and then just reaches behind all the straws in my apron and just rubs her hand against my dick, and then goes, I'll take one, and I go, ma'am, please never touch me. I'm way out of your league, dog. You shooting above your pay grade. But it's great. It's great being touched, I guess. And women, they just, like, how many guys in here have been in an argument and you're on the right side, and instead of apologizing, you just get a, so you want to get something to eat? Like, that's all you get. And I think that's why God gave them periods. They were like, maybe just a week out of the month, I'll give them a sharp knife to the uterus, and that'll just humble them a little bit. Hopefully. Doesn't always work. Like maybe, I like to think that our Lord and Savior, Ra, was like, you know what? Maybe if I give them a dramatic mood swing, they'll slow down a little bit. But they just get more aggressive. I like to think that Yahweh one day was like, you know what? Maybe if I bloat them up a little bit. I lost everyone on that one, my bad. They'll just like stop harassing that nice, kind black man. But that again doesn't work. It's a whole ordeal. I gotta say though, I do love women a lot. If you couldn't tell by my demeanor, my stature, and the movement and the ways I've been talking, I'm a girl's girl. I am. I hate to admit it, but I'm a girl's girl. Mainly because dudes suck. They suck. Dudes suck, and like not even my dick. Like that's the worst part about it. They just suck at life. Dude, it's kind of terrible. We all know what a pick-me girl is, right? We all know the chick who's like, oh my God, you guys don't know what a carburetor is? Embarrassing. Pick-me dudes are so much fucking worse. Because no dude truly knows what a woman wants, so they all have their own take on it. We've all been in scenarios with our homeboys where he's like, man, I make $100,000 a week. And I'm like, dog, you borrowed 20 to get in here. We all got a friend who, like, when you're hanging out with you, maybe on a 2-man, maybe on a 15-man, maybe you're just out for the night. But he'll be like, nah, my homeboy, I just had to give him so much fucking money, dog. That's my broke friend over there. And I'm like, don't hate on me because I'm hotter than you, dog. I don't understand. You gotta push me down. For those of you who don't know, in urban, sorry, not rural, urban. I'm an urban person. All right. Forgot what I was for a second. In urban settings, we call this dirty macking. It's a fun term, but it's a horrible decision in life. It sucks, bro. No one likes that guy, bro. No one likes the guy who shits on you to not get no pussy that night. You know what I mean? Maybe if you brushed your teeth, you wouldn't have to dirty mac. But no one likes that guy. That's why I hang out with women a lot. Every time people see me hanging out with a lot of women, they go, oh, you must be fucking a lot, huh? you're just a little slut bucket. I'm like, don't turn me on. But yeah, no, they think I'm banging them all. I'm like, no, they're just chill because we don't have the same goal at the end of the night. They want a dude to pay for all their drinks, and I want a blowjob. No one here is hunting for the same thing. Plus, if you don't know this, I'm gonna give you some game, and I might be giving away too much of the game book, but most of you can't be friends with women without trying to touch them. That joke was meant for a bigger crowd with more dudes in it. It doesn't really work in this setting, considering there's a gay guy and a bunch of women. I might have to rethink some things after tonight. I just don't have anything else to insert right there. But the best part about having a bunch of homegirls is they still get free drinks all night. That means when it's your turn to buy a round of shots, you don't have to. He already did, boss. I'm good for the night, dog. My best friend's in here, shout out to her. The number of nights where she's been like, you buying shots, and then I look over and she's talking to a different dude just makes me want to cry. It brings a joyful tear to my eye. And the best part is they don't know if I'm gay or not, and they don't know how much she's judging them, but they want pussy. So I always get a shot too. Hell yeah, shout out to anybody who ever bought my best friend and me a shot. Oh, you guys are great people. If you're wondering, I know you've all been curious about this. I've been talking about being an alcoholic this entire show. Well, my drink of choice is tequila. And it's true what they say. Tequila makes your clothes fall off, which I always assumed was a myth or something people said about their nudist grandma. But alcohol really does affect you differently depending on what it is. The number of times I've blacked out off of whiskey and ended up naked, not a lot. Number of times I've blacked out on tequila and ended up naked, also not a lot, but more than whiskey. And that's really what we all need to focus on, dog. And I know tequila being my drink of choice, a lot of you guys are like, but you're black. I do it for the tortas. Glad someone got that. No, a lot of people, they assume that my favorite drink is gonna be Hennessy because I'm black. That's not true. I don't drink Hennessy a lot because I don't like to fight a lot. I'm a bigger dude, but I bruise easy. And just because you can't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen, all right? The wind exists, all right? You feel it on your face in the morning, and I feel the bruises. One of the main reasons I don't like to fight a lot is because I've been working in the service industry. So a lot of people like know me, and I can't get banned from no more bars, dog. I can't. I'm running out of spots to drink at, and nobody wants to just come over, hang out, watch TV, and drink anymore. That was cool when I was 19. But now they're like, dog, let's just go to a fucking bar. What are you, broke? And I don't have the heart to tell them yes. I mean, every once in a while, like a Tuesday morning or something, sure, they'll come over and I'll get drunk while they watch. But not on a Saturday night. They all want to go out and hit the town. But yeah, being banned from a bar is a crazy thing, man. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's also not my least favorite thing in the world. My least favorite thing in the world is tea. Like the drink. I know the room got a little silent. It's like heroin. Like I wish I liked it. It looks fun, but I can't bring myself to make that commitment. I can't commit to a woman. What makes you think I can commit to drinking something I don't like until I like it? Another reason I'm a girl's girl is because people don't judge me based on what I drink. No matter how many tequila sunrises I drink, they just want one too. Guys like, why don't you drink beer? And I go, cause it tastes like piss. And they're like, how do you know what piss tastes like? I'm like, cause I had a good childhood, dog. What are you on about? If you've never drank your piss as a kid, I don't know what you're doing, dog. I was a weird kid, man. I was a really weird kid. That's not a part of the bit. It's just, it was insane. I was so weird that, you know when you go out with your parents and they're like, everybody be on your base behavior, man. When we get in here, don't touch nothing that you can't afford. You ain't got money for it. Mom just looked at me and she'd go, be somebody else, dog. Just whatever you do, don't be yourself. And it was funny the first few times. It stopped being funny when I knew that she meant it. It got a little hurtful. I I gotta say though, the only time I've ever truly been hurt is twice. There's 2 times where I've ever been hurt by my mom. Not physically, that happens all the time, but emotionally. Emotionally was once I was doing a comedy show, and at the time we worked together. Never work with your mom, it's a horrible idea. You can't flirt with your coworkers. But aside from that, all my coworkers come out to watch me do comedy. I got this comedy show, and we all go out. And for context, I work at the Boys and Girls Club. But we all go out, and then I was like, you know what set I should do? I should do a set about school shootings. That seems like a great time. And so I'm halfway through my set, I'm getting a lot of laughs, and I hear in the background, "That's not my son." And I go, maybe I am. Maybe I am. That one hurt a little bit. And the other time was the only time she's ever called me stupid and meant it. Does anybody in here remember Redbox? Yeah, we all remember Redbox. So we're kids. I'm watching Redbox movies, but they're all cartoons. So I want to say 2014 blockbuster Home came out. So she's leaving for work in the morning. I go, "Hey, Ma, don't forget to return home." She goes, "What?" I go, "Oh, like when you go out to work today, just before you, like just while you're out, just don't forget to return home." She looks at me, she goes, "Of course I'm gonna fucking return home, stupid." My mom also doesn't cuss, so it was double pain. That meant she meant it. Those are the 2 times my mom's hurt me emotionally. And my name's Kaleb. Y'all have a wonderful night.